Do y'all got y'all pen and paper ready? I hope y'all got y'all pen and paper ready, because I'm finna give y'all some questions today. Okay, I'm finna give y'all a few things today, and I want you, these 5 questions, these are the 5 questions that Spirit gave me. Look, and I'll show y'all. I don't have no problem showing y'all, because once again, what about whenever I talk about anything on this journey, I'm talking about myself, right? So once again, I know these things to be true, but not only that, I'm an example, right? I'm living proof that change is possible, that you can get through to the other side. So look, here go my regular little paper. Look, y'all know this book, I've been writing it since 2021, so it's in little tips here. Hey Vicky, hey girl. Shamel, thank you for all the yellow hearts, love. I absolutely love it. Listen, I'm loving y'all on this beautiful love day, but I loved y'all anyway, and I'm gonna love you even more tomorrow, right? But listen, so look, you see, I did my little 5 questions too. So I'm gonna give y'all these 5 questions today, okay? So we're going to do these at the end. But I want to touch back real quick on a few things. The first thing is, we're going to go back to self-mastery real quick. Because there's a few things about this self-mastery that I want to touch on. Now, for some reason, it is absolutely easier said than done. We can say a million things and plan to do a million things, even set out to do these things. But when we go to do these things, we are defeated. And a lot of times when it comes to self-mastery, we find ourselves defeated because, once again, you got that battle between that old self and that new self, that conscious, that subconscious mind, that spirit, listen, and that mind, the heart, and the soul, listen, all these different little things going on. So, the more and more and more it seems like we're intentional, I know that it can seem the more and more it seems like it's going the opposite way. Once again, I need you to know, when you find yourself in these times, love, know whenever you hit that resistance, like that, let that just be a sign to you. Once again, if you weren't going in the right way, you wouldn't be getting no pushback. You see what I'm saying? So it's 7 skills that I want to talk about to self-mastery, and then it's 10 things I want to give you around becoming a self-master. And these things you are going to apply to your everyday life, okay? I don't think we really realize how much this journey is really life-changing. Like I said, right now we're focused on self-love, right? And that's just the aspect of loving ourselves. But then, like I said, you got everything else going on in your world, right? Your family, your children, your job, and all these things. And so when it comes to the full dedication that we need to give to ourselves, we may find ourselves here giving ourselves pieces. Even though, because this is what we're trying to break ourselves out of, right? So we're giving ourselves pieces when we need to be giving ourselves the whole thing. And so once again, that means every aspect of your life has to change in some degree, okay? Hey, Nay. I love you too, girl. How you doing? I love you too. Listen, I'm so happy you here. You know I love you. And I'm running my mouth is what I do best. So the first 7 things, then you should have had your pen and paper. Y'all know y'all should always have y'all pen and paper when you get on the line with me. If you do not, well, listen. We'll be here tomorrow. Make sure you bring your little paper tomorrow, okay? I tell you, I get on here, I mean business. Now I'm trying to get you to the light. We've been in the dark too long. I'm trying to get you to the light. So the 7 skills I want to get in is going to be, the first one is learning to think. You got to learn to think. And I know it sounds crazy and you're just like, what do you mean think? Because 9 times out of 10, when we're making decisions, it's coming from that subconscious mind. Not even that. You got to understand, we're going through the midst of a healing and all these things right now. So a lot of times when we're not operating from the best mindset, heart space, soul space, that means the decisions you're making may not be coming from the best mind space, heart space, and soul space. So then you may not be making the best decisions. Especially if you in a season in your life where you just going through the motions, you're not really thinking about anything. You just get up to go to sleep every day at this part, and everything is involved in the middle of the day. Once again, it's going to be the same thing that happened the day before and the same thing tomorrow. Because you're not elevating, right? You're in this dormant, complacent space. So, you absolutely must learn to think. Think. Every decision that you make, think. Especially when it comes to something that's pertaining to your vessel, to yourself. It's one question you ask yourself, and this is not part of the 5 questions that I'm going to give you later, okay? This is just a little side thing. When it comes to certain things you doing in your life, once again, like I said, especially if it's something that is you involving self-harm on yourself, inflicting self-harm or hurt on yourself, especially pertaining to somebody else's projections of emotions and feelings that they have projected onto you. So once again, you're not even thinking out of your own space. But anyway, ask yourself in these moments if, well, you better hurry up, Nay. You better hurry up, because I'm hot here. So, like I said, do something that you know is not in the best interest of yourself. Ask yourself, and then what? Because, once again, whatever you're going through, especially if it's dealing in your household, your relationship, your children, your jobs, things like this, that thing is going to be there as soon as you come out of whatever that is you just self-medicated on or did to yourself. Or you see, because people have all different kinds of vices, right? And you see, and then that becomes everything all entangled into each other. Okay? So we don't want to do this. We want to take time to make sure we're thinking about everything that is placed in front of us. Just like I keep telling you. A thing is only what you think of it. There is no such thing as big or small or a problem or not a problem. It's only that way because that's your perspective on it. You see what I'm saying? Because me personally, I don't have problems. But I got a whole lot of solutions. You see? Now, I used to be a problematic person. I used to have a whole lot of them until I learned how to go within. So you see the difference? That's a mindset, though. That's a mindset thing. So, we got to learn to think in the place that we're thinking from, okay? The next thing is going to be learning to intuit, which means trust your instincts, love. Let me tell you something about your instincts, your intuition, that still small voice, that angel that sits beautifully on this side when the darkness and the devil is on this other side over here. You know when the way that you are in tune with your instincts and your intuition, the Holy Spirit, listen, whatever it is to you, is because your instincts, your intuitions will always want the best for you. Meaning, if you are in harm's way, your instincts will alert you. You are in harm's way. You may be in a little trouble here. You may need to reconsider what you're walking into, where you're going, what you're about to ingest, whatever the situation may be. Or vice versa, when you're driving down the road and you want to go left, but you hear that beautiful voice say, go right. Not only do you hear it, you feel it, you sense it, you have a knowing, but then every now and again, there go that old ugly self, that old subconscious self wanting to fight something, and there you go. Instead of listening to that voice, you go that old normal way that you used to going. Okay, so we got to learn to listen to our instincts, okay? Next is learning to feel. I just told you the other day, especially if you're a person like I was. Listen, I smoked, I drank, I popped pills, I did cocaine. Listen, I did it all on a daily basis. So I didn't have no time to feel anything. And then if I did have a moment where a feeling crept through, guess what I did? I just go pop something else or put something else in. This is where addiction and all these things come in. Because after a certain amount of time, once again, just like I said, whether it's something that dwells in your shadows, whether it's something that's happened to you yesterday, that's happening to you now, these things can become so overwhelming that we tap out. We no longer want to feel. We just want to be numb. And so whatever our numbing agent is, that then consumes us. And now you are stuck in that dark place. I'm going to tell you now about feeling. You must allow yourself to begin to feel these things. If you don't begin to feel these things, you will forever be running from. And as long as you're running from something, you will never have the power over it. It will always have power over you. Instead of running from love, you need to be running into these things, facing them head on. Why? Because we don't want them anymore. No more. This is our season of letting go, especially of things that are not pouring into us or not adding to us. Listen, there's no need for us to no longer be entangled in these things, peoples, or places. So, once again, if you are one of these people who do not like to feel, I highly suggest, love, you must allow yourself to feel these things. Feel that pain. I know it sounds crazy. Once again, I keep telling y'all, I've been there. But you allowing yourself to feel this pain, you know what that does? You know what you're doing? You allowing yourself at that moment, going through your shadows and things, to feel these things. Guess what you're doing? Now, not only should you be transmuting that pain, turning that pain into strength, right? You should also be knowing that you allowing yourself to feel these things is what is going to now allow you to put that limit and boundary on yourself to not allow anyone to put you through any of those feelings or circumstances or experiences anymore from here on out. This is why, once again, I break it down to you the way that I do, because I really want you to see how every part, every aspect, every minute, every moment in your life is divinely intertangled. The way that it happened, the way that it unfolds on purpose. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you begin to accept these things, understand these things, explore these things, right? Discover these things, and then you begin to love, transform, and master yourself. Okay? So, you got to start allowing yourself to feel. If not, you're not healing. If you're not feeling, you're not healing. The next thing is learning to do. Learning to actually do. We think and ponder and talk about doing things more than we actually do the things we're talking, pondering, or wanting to do. So we need to spend less time talking and thinking and all these things and more time doing. You have to understand, the sooner you begin to do, the sooner you begin to get into a routine. The sooner you begin to get in a routine, it becomes consistent. As soon as something begins to come consistent, it begins to come normal, right? And then as soon as something begins to become normal, it becomes comfortable. And when something begins to come comfortable, it's now your lifestyle. And this is what we're trying to do.